You mentioned Julio Jones, and that was a couple of years when Matt Ryan got to $30 million a year. Julio was at 15.
Right.
Simple analysis. Matt Ryan's not 2 times better than me. I want more. Now it's that Julio Jones high watermark of $22 million per year set last year by Jones for all receivers. That's where DeAndre Hopkins wants to be. That's one of the reasons why the Houston Texans made the move that they did, stunning us all the first day of the league year back in March, trading DeAndre Hopkins to the Arizona Cardinals. And it was a given then. Number one, Hopkins wants that Julio Jones-type contract. Number two, the Cardinals would do something at some point. Problem is, they haven't done it yet. And DeAndre Hopkins hasn't practiced yet. And DeAndre Hopkins took to Twitter to say that he is not holding out. That was in response to a question from our friend John McClain of the Houston Chronicle asking that question, is DeAndre Hopkins holding out? Hopkins says, I'm not, from the source, not holding out. No, he's not holding out because he's there. He's holding in.
Yeah.
And that's fine. We're not going to question him. We're not going to, look, the teams always use every tool in the box to help themselves leverage the best possible deals, the best possible situations, the best possible outcomes they can. Players have every right to do it too. And if you're DeAndre Hopkins and you're even slightly injured or not injured at all, you're working the system to get what you want, to get what they apparently, I don't know if they promised it per se, but it was all pointing toward
They
DeAndre
know what
Hopkins
they were signing
paid.
up for. Right. We figured it out. Obviously, they could have.
They were stepping into the exact shoes of the Houston Texans, who had grown exasperated with the reality that DeAndre Hopkins wanted Julio Jones money, and they didn't want to pay it to him. So now the Cardinals step into that, and he doesn't step onto the field until he gets it. It's that simple. Now, I know that the pandemic has complicated things, Chris, but hey, the deal went down after the pandemic started, and it didn't take a Nostradamus to figure out there was going to be financial chaos in the NFL this season and next season. DeAndre Hopkins still wants his money. And, yeah, he's not holding out, but I think he's holding in, and I have no problem with it if he is.
No, me neither. You know, my guy, that's what I always respect about you. You always respect the player's ability to negotiate and play hardball, in an arena that's not made for them in a lot of ways. When we know that, players are football players. They're not businessmen as compared to the GM and, more times than not the owner. DeAndre Hopkins has tremendous leverage here. We know that. I mean, come on. It's one of the big stories of the offseason. DeAndre Hopkins, Arizona Cardinals, him and Kyler Murray, and wow, they're going to spread the field, and DeAndre Hopkins is going to, just be wide open all over the place, and this is going to be amazing. He deserves to be paid big money. I mean, again, like Melvin Ingram, this is even more egregious to me, where there's guys in front of him right now that certainly are not in his class. We could talk about Amari Cooper. I love Amari Cooper. You know that. He's talented as hell. But he's making $4 million a year than DeAndre Hopkins. He ain't DeAndre Hopkins and what he's done the last few years, and DeAndre Hopkins is in his prime. So it's a dicey situation for a DeAndre Hopkins. You want more money, but you're going to a new team, so you don't want to be that jerk and set off the relationship on the wrong foot there. And I would imagine that Arizona knows that this was coming, like we've talked about, and then this is something that's going to get done, and they better be working on it right now because they're not going to win games with their defense this year. I could tell you that. They are built to win with their offense, and they need DeAndre Hopkins practicing and getting on the same page with Murray.
And you know what? As we were having this conversation, talking about Melvin Ingram, talking about DeAndre Hopkins, at one point I think Melvin Ingram was with CAA, who represents Joey Bosa. Melvin Ingram currently is with Athletes First. There's a database available to the media that shows who represents whom in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I was in the process of reconfirming who at CAA represents DeAndre Hopkins. And when you put in, and just to go behind the curtain how this database works, if you put in the player's last name, it brings up all the players in the NFL with that name.
Right.
And it shows who their agent is. And if the player's name doesn't show up on the list, it means the player currently doesn't have an agent at all. And DeAndre Hopkins' name is not showing up on this list, Chris.
Wow.
Now, it could be a glitch in the NFLPA system,
right,
but it also could be an indication, something. And I sat here and I thought, you know what, do I really want to talk about this? Because other people are now going to chase it. Maybe they'll break it officially. I don't care. I want the audience to know what we do here to give them the latest information. It looks like DeAndre Hopkins, based upon what I see right now on the NFLPA website, I don't think he's got an agent right now, which would suggest a greater level of disharmony, dysfunction, dissatisfaction behind the scenes that he hasn't gotten his Julio Jones deal, which points even more strongly to this being DeAndre Hopkins holding in.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's an interesting wrinkle. I mean, it makes it more personal. It makes it more, tough, I think, on the player to deal with this. To be there and, okay, yeah, you're doing football stuff, and then what? At some point, you're going to go up and have to talk to the GM and the owner and start diving into numbers and things like that. No.
It doesn't mean he's representing himself.
No, okay.
But there's a 5-day gap, a mandatory 5-day gap between parting ways with one agent and signing with another. It's quite possible we just kind of stumbled into this while he's in his 5-day window, where maybe he's in the process of signing with someone else.
Yeah.
That he's not happy. That, look, this is what I want. I haven't gotten it, so I'm just pissed off at everybody. I'm unhappy with my agents. They're gone. I'm unhappy with the team. I'm not practicing. But I'm not holding out.
Yeah.
We agree with that. He's not holding out. But it feels like something bigger is going on here.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we'll watch what happens in that development. I mean, that'll be interesting. But the other thing too, I bet you Hopkins is a little, for lack of a better phrase, feelings hurt, or what I'm trying to say here, Mike, is we know he was going to ask the Texans for more money. I'm sure when he saw this trade go down and Arizona was going to trade for him, that Arizona more than likely was informed that Hopkins at some point is going to want more money, whether that was from his agent at the time. Yeah, they knew.
They knew.
Right, exactly.
They knew.
I think he's probably sitting here now going, wait, you traded for me? There's all this excitement. We knew this was on the horizon and part of the deal here and why I'm on the team. So why is it that now it's, the middle August, we're still sitting here waiting to get this done when we knew this was part of, the pie anyways, and we got to get it done. So, I understand it, and I understand that he's being underpaid for what he's doing on the football field the last few years, and he's got tremendous leverage here. I think it's only a matter of time before they pay him.
And now's the time to take a stand, and now's the time to get paid. You do not want to wait, because after 2 more seasons, the window opens on Kyler Murray to get his second contract. Now is the time for the Cardinals to spend the cap dollars, spend the money, and load the cannon with people around Kyler Murray before Kyler Murray is the one who isn't holding out, but maybe holding in, because after the next 2 seasons, he's going to want his contract, and he should get his contract.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.